The Atlanta District requested a corridor analysis study of I-20 across Harrison County to aid the district in determining cost-effective methods for maintaining the existing pavement structure and to recommend strategies for reconstruction of the interstate if that should become available, options should become available. What I would really need to narrow my discussion down to on I-20 is Section 2, a 7-mile length of I-20 there just south of Marshall, Texas. Each side there, located each side of US 59. This Section 2 actually led to construction not too long ago, and the area engineer requested that we have another look at the items of work proposed for that section. So with TTI already on board as the to do the corridor analysis of I-20, we asked TTI to have a look at Section 2. The limits of Section 2 from State Highway 43 to FM 31, approximately 7 miles in length. The current ADT around 32,000 with 35% trucks. The existing pavement structure, see here, built in 1966, around 8 inches of CRCP, and between 1966 and present, we've placed around 6 to 7.5 inches of bituminous material above that concrete pavement. Sorry, go back here. The proposed scope of project was to remove all of that bituminous material from the top of the CRCP, perform concrete pavement repairs, place fabric underseal, and 2 inches of new ACP. After TTI's corridor analysis study of that Section 2, TTI recommended and we implemented, made the changes, and rather than taking off all 6 to 7.5 inches of that ACP, we went ahead and did the concrete pavement repairs, did full depth ACP repairs, planed 1 3/4 inches of ACP, placed fabric underseal and 2 inches of the new ACP. And this resulted in a savings of approximately $1 million through a change order. And these are some shots of the existing surface before construction. It's a close-up of one of those same slides. That's the microsurface, and you can see that the aggregate in the wheel paths has raveled out. So 3 methods of data collection were used for the analysis study. The first was ground-penetrating radar, followed by coring of the bituminous layers, and then use of a rolling deflectometer. Well, the first method of data collection was the use of the GPR, and from that we found that the thickness of the bituminous layers was pretty much the same throughout the project. There was a strong reflection from a lightweight seal, and also the base layer in this section looked drier than the other sections of I-20, and indeed this section of Section 2 was in better shape than the other sections. From the GPR data, locations were selected for coring, and we found 4 scenarios in our coring. This first scenario, pretty much the cracking was limited to the microsurfacing. Second scenario, the cracking was either all or partially all the way through the top layer of the HMA, which happened to be a CMHB-C with silicious gravel. The third scenario, the top layer, which was the CMHB-C, was disintegrating, and the lower bituminous layers were intact but could not be removed. Next, we use the T-pad to find the worst areas where full depth repair is required. Of course, the T-pad is TxDOT's new rolling dynamic deflectometer. It meshes together GPR, video, GPS, and deflection data all together. This is the T-pad in operation. Here you can see that we actually have, we're collecting data in the outside traffic lane, and we had traffic move over to the inside traffic lane. And we had several of these crash attenuators on the project. And one of the things that we did find from coring was that most of the cracking that we could visually see was in the microsurfacing layer only. And that fourth scenario that I haven't spoke about yet, we did find some rutting in the wheel paths, and of course, after coring those locations, we saw that either the lower layer or layers of ACP or bituminous material was in bad condition, so we did replace that, set that up for replacement. And this is an interesting slide here. As I mentioned earlier, in 1966, that was the date of the original construction of the 8-inch RCP. We made it 16 years before we had to overlay the interstate. So we did that in 1982. Here you can see that we placed 2 inches of type C limestone, and then also placed 1.5 inches of type D slag, and so that's 32 years of age. In 1989, we did an in-place recycle project on that top 1 inch of slag type D mix. So that's 25 years of age. And 1991, we placed that grade 4 seal. That's 23 years of age. And in 1995, we placed a CMHBC, and that's 19 years of age. And of course, the microsurface there is 2007. It's 7 years of age. We will remove all of that microsurface and a good bit of that CMHBC layer. This is a shot of a concrete pavement repair prior to milling. And here is a location where we performed a full depth bituminous repair, where we removed and replaced that 6 to 7.5 inches of bituminous material. Here we are milling the 1 3/4 inches of the existing surface. This slide, we're shooting a PG 64-22 over the milled surface and placing fabric underseal. And here is a shot or shots of the new 2-inch ACP layer. And this is my last slide, and I just did this something rough to try to see how much money that we're spending to maintain this section of interstate. This is actually all the way across Harrison County, and this only includes the contract costs. I'm still trying to gather the in-house maintenance cost, and it's only for the main lanes and shoulders. It does not include bridges, ramps, or shoulders. And we took those individual projects that have been gone to contract over the years, took their completion date and dollar amount, and adjusted that to October 2014 dollars. And I just used 6% and use that on all of the calculations to be consistent. And that does not. This value right here does not include the original construction amount. So we spent a little over $250 million on maintenance and repair, contract maintenance and repair, and versus 91.5 million was the adjusted original construction cost, so almost 2 to 1, 2.5 to 1 that we've spent on maintaining the interstate versus original construction. But that's my last slide. Any questions?